this is going to be a bit of an unusual start to one of my videos because we're already in the spot I want to stay in for the night. And before I explain why, let me just say, because I think I titled this video something to do with, are the rumours true? I can tell you they are. This place is amazing. And why am I already here? Well, the thing is, I'm up in the Peak District at the minute, and I'm on the west side. And I'd been over this area yesterday, but was considering driving to the east side to stay overnight. But I thought I'd better come and check this spot out for tonight before I left. And when I turned up, it was so good, I basically just decided to stay. So here we are now. But I'm in a particular spot here, and the prime spot, if I'm honest, is over there. And I don't want to spoil too much of the surprise of this area, so I figured what we do is head off a little bit and then come back later. You see, I've got a few things I need to do, pop into a village and get a few supplies, and then there's an area that I want to go hiking around and checking out, and thereafter we can come back here, I'll show you the whole area, explain it all, and then we can relax for the night by the pond. Yes, it's beautiful and I can't wait to show you. But first, let's go and do a few bits and then we can come back and relax. Well, into the town of Buxton then. Beautiful little place. Really oldie-worldy buildings everywhere. Built up for tourism with your cafes, restaurants and bars everywhere. And I have to admit, I feel quite out of place. I've been on the road and in the wilds for about 3 days now. Haven't showered, and now I'm down in a main town with all the bustling people and everybody dressed up for going out. Yeah, feel very out of place. Luckily, we're only here for a minute because there's Sainsbury's up the way and an ATM. That's all we need. Oh, happy days. Supplies in hand. Yes, I only needed milk. It's a priority. I can't make tea or coffee without it. This is nice though, look. The little Buxton market going on down here. A little bit over this way. And a little bit over yonder. It's a bit of a sad one when I think about it, really, as I come from Leicester, and Leicester used to have Europe's biggest covered market. Yeah, I think that's right. The biggest covered market in the whole of Europe. Until... Easy now? How are you, Beef?
How you doing, fella?
I'm good, man.
Yeah.
Bless. Oh, one of you guys driving the bus. Absolute legend. Brilliant. Love bumping into you guys. But what was I saying? Yes, the Leicester market. It is no more. Apparently they've ripped it down and no covers and no claim to fame of being Europe's biggest covered market anymore. Sad times, to be fair. But hey ho, enough of the negativity. We need to go and do some exploring. I've got a pretty cool spot to check out, hopefully. Oh wow, this is a welcome thing to see. It looks a bit cagey though as a car park, doesn't it? I'm not sure I'd want to stay here overnight. But coming up that road, I was more concerned that there was going to be anywhere to park. Just little passing places and such. I figured it'd be one of those. Happy days, it's not. It's official. Ooh. Well, I have to say, I've had a few minutes to gather my bits together and get ready for the hike, and I'm really liking this area. There's this little car park here, and then there's sort of a grassy knoll area over yonder. We're over on the western flank of the Peak District at the minute, kind of near Macclesfield. So I would imagine this car park sometimes at night gets busy, especially on a Saturday. But the area itself, even though it's near Macclesfield, is in the middle of nowhere. I've just drove for 25 minutes along pretty gnarly single track roads to get to here, and there's nothing around here but farmlands and a few spits of houses. It's beautiful. It really feels like you're in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, Macclesfield's probably only a 15-minute drive away. Wow. as for the trail, I've high hopes. It's called the Lamelode Reservoir and it stretches for 3 miles. Should take us about 2 hours. Starts with a little bit around the reservoir and then cuts into some woodland area. From what I can gather, I've never done it. We're here today together for the first time. Hopefully, it's relatively flat. But already it looks like it's going to be ups and downs. It does have a nice shot of the once mentioned Lamelode Reservoir that's now almost a dry dock. Wow, it's really bad. I was speaking to the guy who owns the land where we're staying tonight earlier, and he was saying he's on a well, and normally he's okay through the summer, but this year he's really struggled to the point where he's having to consider putting a storage tank in for years coming because he just doesn't have enough water. He says he normally gets about 700 litres a day and he's down to 270 at the minute. Just go to show you how much of a dry season we've had. Farmers must have really struggled. Well, I have to say, I didn't really know what to expect from this trail, but I'm pretty impressed from the start. Up above the reservoir with beautiful views, and it gives you a real sort of perspective of what I was saying, how there's nothing round here and it's in the middle of nowhere. Just pure hills and dales, and one little house over yonder. Probably a farmhouse that owns all this land that you can see. It's beautiful, a little pocket in the Peak District with nothing here. It screams wild camping spot, that view though, as well, doesn't it? Imagine that. Pitched up on the hill over here for the night with that view and nobody around to bother you. I must admit, I really do miss wild camping. I've actually brought the gear with me on this trip. I got it out in the garden last week to test it out. I was hoping to come away last week, but it didn't happen. And now I brought it with me on this trip, but I haven't brought enough sort of winter gear with me. I hadn't anticipating the weather dropping so suddenly over the past few days. It's been blazing hot sun for 3 weeks, and then obviously it saw me packing the car up and it started raining and the weather's changed and the temperatures dropped a lot. So we'll see. I might brave it. Oh, it was all going so well, but I can't. I've got to have a gripe. This is daft as bugger it. Look at this bloody thing. This is the way to go, through some big gate. And they've even got a littler gate on the side with a latch so you can make sure it swings back and shuts, but they've put a padlock on it. Why? I don't know. So now I've got to scramble over some ancient wall that's got the possibility of knocking it down, and then they'll have to rebuild it. But hey, better idea to have a padlock on the gate. Not really. Right, gripe over. Let's go. Daft as bugger it. Oh, and I'm guaranteed to catch the underbelly of you know what on this bloody wall, and I look. Golden Bennett. Oh crap. Oh. Oh, it's quite a nice musical tone on that gate. Oh wow. Good vibe, you know. What's not a good vibe is, I think it's starting to rain. And that kind of makes my decision. You see, there's 2 ways we can go here. We can cut this way, which is going to go all the way around some hillside and maybe through some woodland, or we can cut that way, which kind of cuts along the reservoir. It might actually be a better option to cut it short along the reservoir. Beautiful area though. Look at this, all old stony walls and mosses and such. It really is a nice little quaint trail. Oldie worldy trees. That sounds a bit daft, doesn't it? I bet there's a load of silver birch around here with funky mushrooms and such as well, you know. Now maybe we will walk this way. I can deal with a little bit of rain. Well, slight disclaimer then. We've cut back around the reservoir area. A few reasons. I wanted to get a few more shots of the reservoir, which I'm not really getting, but also this route I'm taking. If I take the original one, it's a circular and then cuts back the whole way, sort of where I've already trekked. If I go this way, it almost on the map looks like there might be maybe a trail that we can cut across and make this section a loop. And my honest thinking is this: football starts in about 45 minutes, my team, and I quite like to watch it. And if we take that big trail, we're not only going to get wet, but we're also going to miss the footy. Oh, I've got to say it, regardless of what trail we're taking, this is very nice. Being out here today in the wilds with bugger all other people around, and it's sort of starting to come into autumn with a bit of a bite in the air, some wind and a little bit of drizzle. I like this time of year. I adore summer, but autumn's got that rawness of a feel to it. Leaves are falling off the trees, there's a bit of brown to go with the greens, and that's a nice time of year before the mass cold and sleet and snow of winter. Probably a good job it is only late August, start of September as well, because those sheep don't look like they've got any coats on them yet, so they'd be freezing if it was winter. Right, I think we're coming close to where we're gonna, well, find out whether we can cut across or not. I've not got my hopes up. Oh, well, good news. We're already on the weird dotted line. That is brilliant. I had really assumed it would be on private land. I've no idea why that line looks different on a map. But it is official. There's footpath signs. Brilliant. Ah, happy days. I'm back at the crib and I feel just in time. The further I'm walking, it seems, the heavier the rain's getting. I think there's going to be a storm tonight. Also, the football started about 10 minutes ago, so yeah, let's get in there. And I think I'm going to get some scran on as well, using the induction cooker and the one and only Jackery. Oh, I brought it with me, I had to. This portable fridge thing uses so much power, it's ridiculous. 50 watts an hour, so you do the maths over a 24-hour period. It's not pretty. Which is why I bought this with me, the Jackery Explorer 3000 V2 with 3 kilowatts of power. It is also the only power unit that I've got that can cope with an induction cooker properly as well. I think as well, while we've got it plugged in or turned on, I need to plug a few more bits in. Let's get the phone on. Also, I think I'll plug the fridge into it, even though I'm not going to turn it on. Oh yeah, separate DC and AC. Ah, that'll make sense. Right, let's have a quick check on the football before we start cooking to see if this is going to be a happy meal or not. Oh wow, well, that's a very nice surprise. We're finally winning a game 1-0. The manager doesn't look happy with it, but apparently the presenter's telling me there's excitement and focus throughout the team, which is what we need to not burn our meal. Brilliant. For now though, let's see what I can muster up for a midday munch. And I know exactly what I'm going to have because I'm really limited on what I've got. It's either a bacon sandwich, an egg sandwich, or a bacon and egg sandwich, or pasta. It's all I've got. It's I'm only away for a few days, so I didn't really stock up on too much. And I know that should go in a saucepan, but if you follow the series, you'll know I don't like cleaning that bloody saucepan. So I'm going to fry pasta, because it didn't really work in the Ridge Monkey the other night, and that don't work on the induction cooker. Ooh. Also, I've not tried this one. It's a tomato and basil fusilli pasta. I hope fusilli is the style of pasta, otherwise it's going to have a really funky taste. Might help if I turn it on. Oh yeah. Oh. Damn, there's not a lot of that. Oh dear. Oh crap, I can't get the child lock off. Well, it's done, but I've got to be honest, there's one major problem with cooking pasta in a frying pan, and that is that most of the flavour just ends up sticking to the frying pan. It's going to be pretty bland, this meal now, but at least it's warm. Ugh. That's quite a layer of sauce. Damn it. Not going to be easy to clean. I have to say though, this fusilli pasta is quite good. There is a mild amount of flavour still left on it. So come off his line, engage. Well, happy to announce, and something I don't say very often, But a good result on the football. We finally, after 4 games of the season, won a game. It was scrappy, it was crap, and we won it on a penalty again. But a win's a win. More importantly for now, the weather started coming in quite heavy, and I think we should make a move. I'd like to get up there before we lose too much light. It's not far from here, about 20 minutes, but it's a little bit of a hairy road coming in. Before we go though, let me show you quickly the Jackery that I've brought with me, because this portable power station is absolutely fantastic. As you can see, it just slots under my bed, so for me it's perfect. And in terms of what it's got, well, we've got 3 standard 240 sockets, and then we've got a little 12-volt socket for all your car devices. And then below that is quite impressive, to be honest. There's 2 USB-Cs at 100 watts and there's 2 USB-As at 18 watts, which is really nice and not often seen on these power units. They're normally 5 watts, so to have 18 is very nice. On the side, you've got an AC port for charging it at home before you leave, and you've also got your solar input ports. And of course it all runs on a sine wave inverter, which just keeps the level of electric perfectly. You're never going to have any charges or surges or breaks. It really is a smooth running unit with its total of 3 kilowatts of power. Even for me, that's a decent amount. With what I do, editing and everything along the way and on my routes and trips, that's lasting me days. If you're a normal person without the editing, you're looking at weeks. Running fridges and lights, 3,000 watts of power is massive. It's what most people have in a camper van, and there it all is in one little unit. The Jackery Explorer 3000 V2. I'll leave a link in the description where you can go and check it out. The Jackery 3000 Explorer. Right, let me bear through this rain and we can get ourselves over to this spot for the night. I'm excited to show you. It's something special. It really is. Okay, we're here, and let me show you this as if it was kind of my first time-ish. I'll explain as I go along, because it's a bit of a weird entrance, and when I came here last night, it completely threw me off. I mean, for a start, you know how much I love single track roads with grass in the middle through woodlands. It's not tight at all with no pull-ins, so if someone's coming the other way, oh yeah, you're in a world of pain. And then to make it even better, there's pretty much nowhere to turn around, and then you come up to a gate which says private. Now it does say close the gate, but it also says private property, no public right of way and no public footpath. So when I came here, I didn't know what to do, but there's nowhere to turn around, so I came through the gate. God, it's like a proper reenactment. This is cool. Don't worry, there's no murders in this reenactment. So then I came to this, which is just some gravelly sort of area where you can turn around. And I'd read about this sort of turning circle at the top of the hill, and I'd also read about that gate. But at this point, I was convinced I was in the wrong spot, and that caravan over there was where I needed to be. Especially as there was another sign here saying private property and don't go through. But luckily, I had a quick look and I found this. Park for night, honesty box. Park anywhere around the pond or on the side of the lane, i.e. over there, or where I think I'm going to park tonight, next to this little pond. It's beautiful. Last night when I came here and I was looking round, there was ducks and geese in this pond, and as I sort of wandered up here, a wild rabbit ran off down the way. It's an amazing little spot, and I know it's a little bit bleak and grey and whatnot now, but look at these views all around. It's beautiful. Guy lives up the way, I assume with his wife that owns the land, and he's an absolute blinder. Great. Had about an hour's chat with him this morning. Real nice gentleman, and obviously it's their land and it was their idea, so there's no problem with us parking here. And the beautiful thing about it is, when you really think about it, is there's nowhere more kosher than this. It's not on a campsite, so I'm not going to be bothered by families and children and whatever else around, and I'm going to have my peace and quiet, and I'm in the wild. And also, I'm not going to be bothering anyone that has an issue with us wild camping on the side of the road or in the hills and dales on laybys and such. Everybody's happy, including me, and I will be leaving a donation at the end, because why wouldn't you? It's probably one of the greatest places I've found in England to overnight. I've just got to decide where I'm going to park for the night. Yeah, reversing was never my strong point. Hang on a minute. Oh, nightmare. Well, we've got a proper shot of the lake, but I do have my concerns. It's raining at the minute. It's not too muddy here, it's grass here, but it's quite steep. Let's hope we can get out in the morning. I haven't got a tow bar on the front of the car. I don't think there's one on the back either. All that being said though, I think it's a pretty good spot. How unique is it? Down by the pond, if you like. It's relatively flat as well where I am. And we've got a phone signal. It really doesn't look flat, does it? Oh, I might have to get the chocks out in a minute. But what a spot. Nobody's going to bother us tonight. We can just completely relax and do our thing. I think the first thing I'm going to do is get in the back and get the kettle on. I'll tell you what, it is nice using an induction cooker and saving the planet and all that and whatever else we're supposed to be doing with it, but I do think the car camping setup's taken a little bit of a regressive step backwards in terms of the kettle. The saucepan's the only thing that I've got that works on here. I'll be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed. I'd brought all tables and chairs and some things to have a setup outside tonight, but it's just not going to be possible. It's been blazing sunshine for 3 weeks, but now I'm away. It's turned and I'm left with sitting in the back of a steamy car and I can hardly see the view, but it is what it is. Well, the Jackery is on 77% after numerous cups of tea and a meal, and also about 4 hours of working, on the laptop. Probably goes at about 1500 watts an hour, and like I say, I've used it quite a lot, and I'm going to use it again. I'm absolutely starving. It's got quite late. I have been doing quite a bit of work, and it's 10:30 at night. Good news is the storm's kind of died down a little bit. It was heavy rain. That seems to have stopped, and the wind was rocking the car as well, which is also sort of petered out. So fingers crossed, maybe in the morning we might get a decent bit of blue sky. So I've got to admit, there's not a lot in the box tonight, aka the fridge, and I'm honestly a little bit wary about what's in there. This is what we've got. Yeah, it feels relatively cold. That's not too bad. Okay. Thing is, as you can probably hear now, it's really noisy, that fridge. I say fridge, it's only a cooler box. It's not a proper fridge, it's just a fan, and that's why it's so noisy. So when I'm recording like this, I don't want it on, and when I'm sat doing stuff, it's annoying, so I keep turning it off. But I have had it on at points, which is why that's hopefully still edible and a little bit cold. Fingers crossed. Oh crap. Oh no. Habanero. Oh, that sounds bad. Oh no, there's a picture of chili on it. Shit. Oh, 3 chilies. I bloody hate chili. Oh, this was a bad idea. I bought it because it was new. Damn it. I really should read the label on these things sometimes. I like my peace and quiet. I was thinking as well, this spot, I can't wait. Cook, eat, bit of football, and then off to bed for an early night. And I really can. There's very rarely spots that I stay in where I can get bed early. All these wild camping spots, you're always a little bit on edge. Is someone going to pull up in the middle of the night and do something stupid like smash a window or try and break in and such? And finally, one night, I'm in a wild spot and it's totally kosher. Really good. Oh, and the gloves, yeah, they're not to protect me from the gunk of the meat. They're actually, whoa, that might be too much, because I haven't washed my hands properly today and I've been picking my nose. So, hey ho, let's protect the meat. Right, we've got a bit of a problem. Oh, there's tissue in there as well. I can't clean the pan. I basically don't have a scouring pad with me. And if I want to eat that meat tonight, well, it's got any semblance of heat, I'll just need to deal with a bit of a dirty pan for the fries. Oh. Well, good news, the chips are cooked and they actually look like they've half cleaned the pan, meaning they've sucked up all the dirt from the pan onto the chips. Yummy. Oh, damn it. Pretty sure I lost one. Not too bad. And also, I've tried the meat things. They're not too chili fried. Ooh, maybe a little bit. Right, time for a bit of football. Catch you in a bit.
Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. As long as you will be mine. Everything will be fine.
Morning, and happy to announce there's a major transition in the weather, which means I'll be able to drive out because it's still dry. But I must admit, the sun's blaring me out this morning in my eyes with a little bit of blue sky, and it's absolutely beautiful. I wasn't expecting it. Weather predictions is heavy storms and rain and winds. It might be coming in later, but it's been a very nice morning. Just sat here with the sun, watching the ducks swimming around in the pond, a little bit of scenery in the backdrop, and just enjoying this very, very unique spot. I do feel it's a bit of a 1 in a million. Even in the UK, there's only a handful of these sort of spots. So to find one of these in England is very rare and very lucky. I would love to have set up last night outside and had a proper sort of meal and enjoyed it properly, but I guess that's one for the future. I'm definitely going to use this point again. If not on the channel, then definitely with the fam or something, or even when I'm moving north at points. For now though, I'm going to be packing up my stuff and heading to the east side of the Peak District. There's a few things and places I want to do and check out over there. So for now, I appreciate this video. It's probably been one of my shorter ones of late, but I think this is probably going to be the best point to end it. Enjoyed this one? Then by all means, hit the like button, subscribe to keep up with the series, and definitely hit me in the comments. And whatever you're getting up to, genuinely, take it easy, take care of yourselves, enjoy the camp, and stay stealthy. What a spot, mate. I'm really chuffed.